Okay, I don't know how well this camera's going to pick this up. It's about 4:30 in the afternoon, so it's not sunset, it is late afternoon, and this is what the sky looks like pretty much all day. You can see there's like a haze over the horizon, and there's a smell in the air. And employing cloud seeding techniques to enhance precipitation. I thought that was like a conspiracy theory that the government created rain with cloud seeding. Am I behind on this? On March 25th, 2025, the air quality index across Thailand was as following. Bangkok, AQI of 145, which is categorized as unhealthy for sensitive groups. Morning guys, from Hua Hin, Thailand. I'm going to attempt to do something I've never done before, which is push the baby in the stroller while I'm walking Bear, our dog, and filming at the same time. Hopefully this goes alright, because Bear is a very, very smart dog, very well trained, very obedient, very loyal, but he hasn't quite figured out motorbikes and scooters yet. He's fine with cars, he'll never jump in front of a car. Oi, Bear, don't do that. There he goes, proving that he's not an obedient dog. He'll never jump in front of a car, but he's had some close calls with some scooters, and I've got to keep an eye on him. But anyway, the point of this video today is talking all about the air quality in Thailand, especially Hua Hin, Bangkok, Chiang Mai, the northern parts of Thailand. It's gotten really bad actually. We were here the same time last year, and honestly didn't notice it at all. I don't know if that was just a good year and the air quality was fine, or if we just didn't notice. But this time last year Mandy was pregnant, and I feel like we would have noticed if the air quality was bad. And this year it just has this, I don't know if you can tell, this orangey sort of haze, especially in the morning and the afternoons. It looks smoky, and you can definitely smell a burning smell, but it doesn't smell like your typical like bushfire in Australia or forest fire in Canada smell. It's got more of a polluted, plasticky, I guess, sort of, not good, not a good smell. And honestly, I really didn't think it had any effect, and I really didn't notice it until somebody left a comment on my most recent video talking about the air quality. They said they've been here for 3 months and they've had a sore throat and a runny nose the whole time. Like, how are we dealing with the air quality? And I was like, oh, it's not that bad, I haven't really noticed. But the funny thing is, I have had a sore throat and a runny nose for like over a week now. I thought I was just run down because honestly, me and Mandy haven't been sleeping much because of baby Lila. She is 5.5 months, so she's growing some teeth. She's waking up more in the night. She's really keeping us on our toes. Like, she's really, really testing us, but we're not complaining. But yeah, sometimes when I don't get a lot of sleep and I'm sort of burning the candle at both ends, I get a little bit run down, and I think it's my body's way of telling me to slow down. So that's what I thought was happening. But then I started actually taking notice of the air that we're breathing in, and it's not the best. So I have a feeling it could be that that's causing it. Now, the good thing is Mandy's been fine, and she's usually a bit more sensitive to this type of stuff. She's been absolutely fine. Lila's been fine. So if it is the air quality that's causing me to be sick, that's cool, because at least Mandy and Lila are fine. But I just wanted to make this video to give some more information about how bad it actually is, because we do get asked this question a lot. And if you're planning a trip to Thailand in the next month or so, it's the end of March, so this is like peak summer. This smoky season sort of runs until around the end of April, I believe, and then it starts to rain a little bit. It starts to back off and get a little bit better. Now, speaking with locals, I've heard that some years are really good, some years are really bad. A lot of people seem to think that it's getting worse, and they want the government to take some measures to do something about it. But it's not just Thailand. This is the whole Southeast Asia area: Thailand, Cambodia, Laos, Vietnam, Myanmar. It just gets so hot and dry. Obviously there's fires breaking out everywhere, and then you add on top of that burning off garbage and pollution, and then The fact that Bangkok is such a big city and there's so many cars and scooters and just pollution in the air, like it's honestly, it's not the ideal time to visit Thailand, especially the northern part of Thailand. But having said that, as I mentioned last year, we didn't notice it at all. But anyway, I'll get some footage of the actual smoke in the skies and I'll go through some actual numbers to see just how polluted the air actually is. As you can see, I'm not wearing a mask, but you do see a lot of people wearing masks out. I don't know how effective they are. I honestly, when I first saw it, thought people were doing it because of COVID, but I've come to realize that, I mean, maybe some people are, but I think majority of people are actually doing it because of the pollution, especially people that are riding motorbikes around. You'll see them with masks on and you think, what are they doing? But it does make sense, especially if you're in Bangkok. Fortunately, we have really good aircon in our house and we have a really, really nice furnished villa. We try and get out early in the mornings like this. We go to the beach or we go for a walk, we go to the gym, onsen, and then we spend the hot middle part of the day inside anyway, and maybe in the late afternoon we'll go for another walk or the beach or jump in our pool or something. So we're not outside that much anyway because it's too hot. So even if it wasn't smoky, we probably, unfortunately, would be spending a lot of time inside just during this time of year. So it hasn't really affected our lifestyle too much, but I can imagine if you're coming here for a holiday and you're expecting to lay by the beach, outside, get some sun, and you're breathing in this toxic fumes, it's not ideal. And we did have a family member just come and visit, and they actually developed like a bit of a cough and was thinking it was from the air conditioning in the hotel, which it well could have been. But now that I'm thinking about it, it could have been because of the air quality. Guys, I just want to give a quick shout out to Surfshark for sponsoring this video. One thing that we don't really show a lot of on this channel is all the behind the scenes stuff that we do, like editing videos, uploading content, and of course planning all of our trips. Now, up until about 10 months ago, we actually didn't have access to our own Wi-Fi because we were pretty much traveling full time, which meant going to places like cafes or co-working places to get all of our work done, which also meant logging onto public Wi-Fi. Now, if you don't know, public Wi-Fi is an absolute goldmine for hackers, which is why for almost 3 years now, we've been using our Surfshark VPN, and still to this day, even though we have our own Wi-Fi, I never go online without first firing up the VPN. And just in case you don't know what VPN stands for, it's Virtual Private Network. So basically, it acts like a mask, encrypting all of the data that gets sent between your computer and the internet so that no one can steal all of your sensitive information. But that's honestly just one reason we use Surfshark. The other reason is that it also lets us log on to servers from all over the world, which means accessing streaming services from other countries that we can't usually get, such as Hulu, HBO, and Netflix. So don't leave yourself vulnerable to hackers any longer. Secure your privacy today by clicking the link below or using code LloydandMandy at checkout to receive 4 extra months of Surfshark VPN. Unfortunately, around where we live, there's a lot of street dogs and they get into the rubbish. Like there's garbage bins out the front of all the condos and stuff, and the dogs just get into them and pull all the food out. So whenever I'm walking Bear, I gotta make sure he's not eating days old food that's gonna give him gut issues like he did in Mexico. So if we look at some actual numbers here, on March 25th, 2025, the air quality index across Thailand was as following. Bangkok, AQI of 145, which is categorized as unhealthy for sensitive groups. So I'm guessing anyone with asthma or probably elderly people and stuff like that, very unhealthy. Chiang Mai, AQI of 115, also unhealthy for sensitive groups, and Hua Hin is got an AQI of just 88, which is considered moderate. So that's kind of what I thought. Like it's not too bad in Hua Hin. We're right on the beach, so you get a lot of breeze, although you can notice the smoke and you can smell it on certain days. It's nowhere near as bad as up north. It says here these figures translate to tangible health hazards. PM 2.5 particles, minuscule enough to infiltrate deep into our lungs, are a primary concern. Key contributors to the pollution in Thailand encompass vehicle emissions, industrial operations, and seasonal agricultural burning, which is what I thought. They do a lot of burning, especially up north. We actually were thinking of going up to Pai because we went there last year and we really loved it. And there's some cool Airbnbs up there. But we messaged a friend and told her we were thinking about coming and bringing Lila. And she said, honestly, probably don't. Probably wait until June or July, because like they live there in Pai, and they leave for these months every year. They head down south or they head somewhere else just to escape the bad air quality. It's really hot and it's really bad air quality up there, she said. So hazardous air quality has been detected in 58 out of 77 provinces across Thailand. Prolonged exposure to this type of air quality can lead to respiratory issues, cardiovascular disease, and exacerbate existing health conditions. So yeah, I mean, I guess all we can do for now is, unfortunately, stay indoors a little bit more during the day. Pick our times when we go outside. Some days are worse than others. Yeah, it's okay. It's all good. We'll get through it. But if you come into Thailand, just know that this time of year, it can get very bad. It can get worse than this, actually, a lot worse. Keep an eye out. I'll leave a link below for any of the websites that track the air quality around different provinces in Thailand, because it does change from province to province depending on where you are. That dog was super nice to us when we got here before Bear came. And then as soon as Bear showed up, he started being a real dickhead. So we're kind of off him at the moment. The street dogs here are funny. They bark and they yell and they run up towards Bear, but as soon as they get like close to him, they shit themselves because he's twice their size and he doesn't even take any notice. He's like oblivious to it. Just keeps walking along. He ignores them. He doesn't care.
Good boy, Bear.
Take him for a swim in the pool after this. That'll keep him happy. Okay, so I just Googled Thailand air quality to see what news articles come up. And this one's from yesterday, and it says here, I'll share it on the screen, but it says Chiang Mai and Bangkok among world's worst for air quality as wildfires rage across Thailand, with both cities listed among the 10 worst in air quality worldwide. Worldwide, 2 cities in Thailand are listed as the worst worldwide. It says here Chiang Mai is struggling with poor air quality due to ongoing wildfires in the surrounding areas. According to the International Air Monitoring Platform, the city was ranked among the 10 worst locations worldwide for air quality as of Wednesday. Today's Friday. The governor of Chiang Mai City attributed the decline in air quality to local wildfires and blazes in neighboring Myanmar. In the past 24 hours, Chiang Mai province recorded an average PM2.5 level of 57.7 micrograms per cubic meter, which, if you're like me, you probably have no idea what that means. Since January 1st, the province has experienced more than 30 days when PM2.5 levels exceeded the government set safety threshold of 37.5. So it's almost double. And it says here Chiang Rai is even worse, that there's apparently 260 fire hotspots across Chiang Mai province alone. The Thai authorities responsible for rainmaking, what? Let me read that again. The Thai authorities responsible for rainmaking announced plans to implement multiple measures to reduce pollution in the area, including using water sprays to settle dust and employing cloud seeding techniques to enhance precipitation. I thought that was like a conspiracy theory that the government created rain with cloud seeding. Am I behind on this? I remember Dubai last year got like crazy floods because they were creating their own rain, and I thought that was kind of crazy, but I guess they do it here too. So they do that everywhere. So why do we have places in Australia that are always having droughts and the farmers are like really struggling if they can just go and create rain whenever they want? How is there water shortages all the time in Australia especially, and Thailand, if they can just go and make their own rain? Anyway, that might be another subject for another day. But it says here the province's public hospitals were also preparing to handle patient uptake, and the governor vowed to enhance the efficiency of patient transfers between different hospitals. In Bangkok, the Prime Minister said the issue should be discussed with ASEAN partners, noting that some pollutants had originated from other countries. So I guess they're kind of saying like this isn't just a Thailand problem. This is like, there's so many countries in this little area and some of their pollution is spilling over into Thailand. Funnily enough, I was just on the phone with a friend who's living in Vietnam, and he said the weather's been amazing. It's been like blue skies, not too hot. He's in Da Nang. So yeah, I think it feels like a Thailand problem. I actually just got an email today from a guy I'm setting up a meeting with who's living in Chiang Mai, but he just had to flee down to Phuket because he said it's like unbearable. So I think it changes from year to year, but obviously, judging by this news article, this is a very bad year, very bad for air pollution. Okay, I don't know how well this camera's going to pick this up, but it's about 4:30 in the afternoon, so it's not sunset, but it is late afternoon. And this is what the sky looks like pretty much all day. It definitely looks a lot worse in the morning and the afternoon, but you can see there's like a haze over the horizon. It looks like there's blue sky, but it's really hazy, and there's a smell in the air. It's been like this for probably 10 days now. If you found this video helpful at all, hit that like button and hit subscribe if you want to see more content about Thailand, digital nomad lifestyle, and also raising a family here in Thailand.